So the major problem which you experience right now also is that, I told you yesterday also, the mismanagement of money. You may be the richest person in the world in the first week of the month when you get the pocket money. And after that you are the beggar because the pocket money gets over in 1 week itself. So the moment you get 500 or 1000 rupees of pocket money in the first week, all the lavish life you live. And then once that money is over in week to 10 days, less 20 days are a bit struggle. Now presently it's okay because even if you are in struggle, your friends are there to help you. Your parents, brothers are there to help you, sisters are there. This is what happened with me also in college. Last 20 days I was dependent on friends, brothers and sisters only. But after you start earning, after graduation, this is not okay. After you get married, it is not okay. At that time it should not happen that out of 12 months, your income vanishes in the first 3 or 4 months and last 8 months you cannot be dependent at that time on others because someone else is also dependent on you. At that point of time, your parents are also dependent on you. Your family, your children, your spouse is also dependent on you. So you cannot be dependent on others at that point of time. What is the key to manage this? Cash budgeting. Budget means forecast. What do we do in cash? And today also I am doing it rigorously every year. I prepare my cash budget every year so that I don't face problem when my anniversary comes. I don't face problem when my child's school fees is to be paid. At that time I cannot go and say that my student's fees check has not come, they have not given the PTC, please give me 2 more months time. I have to manage the money in advance. When my child's school fees becomes due, I have to pay that. All this, when can you manage it perfectly well? When you're done cash budgeting. Forecast properly. We get 2 times holidays in the year, summer and Diwali. We have to plan that also in advance. Because otherwise morning 8 to evening 9 we are over here only. So at that time also if we go and tell to our family members, now we don't have money to go out on vacation, it's gone. At that time also they'll have to come here only 8 to 9 without the students also. So all this planning is to be done in advance. And we are going to study that practical question. Now how can you do it in advance? It's very simple. Like for example, I'll give you my own example. How do I make cash budget? Last year's incomes and expenses I already know. First I make a position of entire last year's income and expenses. I see my bank statements of last year. So I can find out when did I receive it because everything goes into the bank. These days hardly anyone keeps cash and after last year November 8th it's impossible. So whatever money you receive goes into the bank. So I just have to see my all bank statements and I come to know where all I earned and where all I spend the money. First I make that statement. Then I do a projection that in the coming year, next year, like if I made this budget in the month of March, first I considered 16 to 17 incomes and expenses, then I projected. Then in 17 to 18, what is the increase in students I am expecting in 11th and 12th in BCom? What is the increase in fees I am expecting? So accordingly, I inflated my income first. Compared to last year, how much more can I earn in the next year? I inflated that. Then I inflated my expenses. Then last year I was spending this all money. Now where I feel the expense will be more and where I feel the expense may be less also. All that is projected. Because year by year your liabilities and expenses will keep on increasing when you start earning more. Slowly and steadily you go for more assets, more properties, so your expenses, EMIs, etc. keep on increasing. New obligations keep on arising. All that new things are incorporated and then I find out where is the gap. If I find maybe expenses have outweighed the income, then I try to curtail my expenses because I know in advance. I made this in advance. So I know where do I have to save so that I don't have trouble. And if there is a gap still, then I make arrangements in advance to get that money also. So suppose I make a budget in advance and I find that the month of September is going to be troublesome, when income is not there, April, May, June, July income is also managed, but expenses there in September. Then I'll make arrangements in advance for September. Maybe I sell some of the past investments, or I borrow a personal loan or an overdraft for that month. I'll make arrangements in advance so that September is not troublesome for me. So all this is possible when you do cash budgeting. Did everyone of you understand this? Brief introduction, then we'll see the format, how to make this cash budget, and then the questions. Right now, brief introduction. Cash budgeting is a statement showing forecast of cash budgeting is a statement showing forecast of receipts and payments of household. We are not doing it for business. This whole subject is based on your personal household. Okay? So of household for upcoming year. Did everyone understand this? Now, see, you can have either quarterly budgets or monthly budgets. Two types of questions are possible. Either you may be asked to make quarterly budget or monthly budget. Understand it first, then you'll write it. Okay, either you may be asked to make quarterly budget or monthly budget. Now, if it is financial year means April to March, then quarterly budget will have 4 columns of April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Is everyone clear with it? And monthly budget will have April, May, June, July till March. 12 columns. April to March. Here 4 columns. Here 12 columns. And we have questions on both. So we have questions with 12 columns budget also, and we have questions with 4 columns budget also. And if we have a question on calendar year, then what is the calendar year from? January to December. What will be the first quarter? January, February, March. Then April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. This will be the 4 columns. And here January, February, March up till December, 12 columns. Did everyone understand this? Distribute 1 copy each. All of you are clear with this? Show this. So read the question carefully. Quarterly is asked or monthly is asked. Further read it carefully. Is it a calendar year or a financial year? Should I have given right now? Whole booklet you will receive in the next week. So everyone is clear with this 4 columns and 12 columns, which we have to make any confusions with that? It's a very simple thing, but I always mention it because when the question of financial year and calendar year comes, everyone gets confused. And this we are doing household. They don't have to follow any company law or income tax law. So no one can govern them that you make it from April to March only. Okay, like I make my cash budget from April to March, but then maybe someone else making from January to December. So whatever is convenient, right? Now, how to make this cash budget? What is the pro forma and statement? Understand this? Put your pens down. See, the heading would be cash budget for the year ended. So whether March or December, whatever it is. Particulars. Now, presently I am making only 1 column of amount, but it will not be so. If there is the relative if you have quarterly budget, then instead of 1 column of amount, you will have 4 columns of amount. And if you have monthly budget, then instead of 1 column of amount, you will have 12 columns of amount. Okay. Now, very, very simple. It is like a normal cash book in vertical format. You start with opening balance of cash and bank combined. How much money you have at home and how much money you have in bank balance. In that we add receipts and we get the total A. Okay, in that we add the receipts and we get the total A. From that we subtract the payments. Payments total is B, and A minus B is our closing balance of cash and bank. So this all forecast is done in advance. of the coming year, and we try to find out where there is a gap, where we have to make a provision in advance. And sometimes you have questions where you make a wish, the wish and demands will be given. You want to fulfill this demands and wish. First you'll make this and you'll see in which month that demand can be fulfilled. For example, a family may plan that next year they want to buy a car, depending on if they have the surplus money or not. So you make the budget of whole year. And then you find out that you are left out with 3 lakh rupees to make the down payment. Then you buy the car. Now you see in which month we have that surplus. So you can plan in advance which month you can go in for buying the new car. Did you understand this? So this is all scientifically and technically done. Okay, get up this format. Very simple format: opening balance of cash in bank, add receipts, less payments, and closing balance of cash in bank. Cash book in vertical format. But cash book was historical. What has happened in past year we recorded. And this is budget, forecast. Coming year what is going to happen we record. And as I said, we recorded on the basis of past year. Even in question, past year's incomes and expenses will be given and forecast will be given what changes are expected. Now look at page 2, question number 3. We'll be solving question number 3, so I am discussing it thoroughly. It's very simple one. First we take up with quarterly budgets questions, then after quarterly are over we'll practice month. You will take out page 2, question 3. From the following information provided to you, prepare a quarterly cash budget of Nair family for the period starting from 1/1/17 to make it 31/12/17. So we have to make it for financial year or calendar year. Calendar year 1/1/17 to 31/12/17. So 4 columns will be January, February, March quarter 1, April, May, June quarter 2, July, August, September quarter 3, and October, November, December quarter 4. Mr. Nair lives in Bangalore and have a son and daughter who go to school. Mr. Nair is a software engineer with Wipro Limited and earns a net salary of rupees 5,40,000 per annum after taxes. So, where will we take this salary, in receipt or in payment? Receipt. Now see from family's point of view, don't see from business point of view. Okay. So now we'll take this salary in receipts, and we are going to make it quarterly. So 5,40,000 divided by 4. Do it. 5,40,000 divided by 4. 1,35,000. Okay. How much will you take in every quarter? 1,35,000. Now, Mrs. Nair is a market research analyst with Tata Consultancy Limited and earns a net salary of 4,80,000 per annum after taxes. 4,80,000 divided by 4, 1,20,000. Okay. This both will come in receipts. Now, household expenditure. On the left side right now, 2016 means these are the expenses of last year. Don't record them right now. These all are the expenses of 2016. We have to make budget of 2017, the current year which is going on. And these all are the expenses of 2016. Household expenditure last year was 1,92,000. Home loan repayment done in the last year in equal installments per month, EMI, was 1,20,000. Means every month we would have repaid 10,000. Okay, 1,20,000 divided by 12. In the last year, every month we would have paid 10,000. Same way, car loan repayment was done 96,000 in equal installments per month. So we would have repaid every year 8,000. 96,000 divided by 12. School fees last year we paid 60,000. Life insurance premium of Mr. and Mrs. Nair we paid 50,000. And Nair family, so vacation trip was to Kerala. In Diwali vacations 50,000. Okay. Now other information, but this all is expenses of which year? Last year. Now other information first. The family is expected to have a cash and bank balance worth rupees 1 lakh on 1/1/17. So opening balance of cash and bank in first quarter. Every quarter it will change. For first quarter, opening balance on 1st January is rupees 1 lakh. Then what will happen? Closing of first quarter will become opening of second, and so on. Now, the family earns an interest income of rupees 10,000 in the month of March. March means which quarter? First calendar year. Mark it as Q1. And 10,000 September, Q3. Then they expect an NSC amounting to 30,000 to mature in October 2017, October 4th quarter, Q4. And tell me, where will you write this NSC maturity? Receipt or payment? Receipt. Even the earlier point, interest income will come in receipts. Now, fourth one, understand it properly. Household expenses are expected to rise by 25% in the year 2017 and are assumed to be incurred evenly throughout the year. In the above information, what was the household expenses last year? 1,92,000. I told you there last year. Now forecast is done. Then in the coming year, our household expenses due to inflation etc. will increase by 25%. Doing calculators, I am saying 1,92,000 plus 25%, 2 lakh 47,500. Divide by 4. 2,40,000 divided by 4. 60,000. So how much will you take now this expense in the coming year? 60,000. Every quarter, 60,000. Raise your hand who did not understand this. All are clear with this? Further, school fees is expected to increase by 10%. And Ankit, stop talking in between. And are to be paid in 2 equal installments in the month of March is which quarter? 1. Mark it as Q1. September, 3rd quarter. Mark it as Q3. Now, what is school fees in the last year? 60,000. So do 60,000 plus 10%. 66,000 divided by 2. You have to pay it in 2 installments. Okay, we cannot tell the school that I'll pay quarterly only. Their dates are March and September, so we have to pay 33,000 in March and 33,000 in September. Where will it come? Receipts or payments? Payments. 6th, car loan was taken for a period of 5 years and the last installment of this loan is payable on June 2017. Now, what was the car loan last year? 96,000. We discussed 96,000 divided by 12. So first quarter will have 8,000 into 3, 24,000. January, February, March. Second quarter, April, May, June. We are paying up till June. So second quarter will have 8,000 into 3, 24,000. But will not have a third and fourth quarter for old car. Because the last installment is payable in June. Any doubts with this? But further now, see, as soon as one liability is over, new liability. Now they are planning to buy their second car in 2017. Whose monthly installment, loan installment of 9,000 per month would start from the month of August. August means which quarter? 3rd. But August and September only. July you are making no payment. Old loan is over in June. July no payment, and from August you start the new payment of 9,000 per month. So in 3rd quarter you will take 9,000 into 2. 18,000, and in last quarter you will take 9,000 into 3, 27,000. Understood this car loan payment forecast? Priya, old loan is paid up till June. What was the old loan in the last year? 96,000 divided by 12. So first quarter, 8,000 into 3, 24. Second quarter is up till June only. So 8,000 into 3, 24. This is first 2 quarters forecast. New car is purchased from last word, August. They are planning to buy their second car in 2017, whose monthly loan installment of 9,000 would start from the month of August. So in the 3rd September, there is no expense of car loan in the month of July. Only these 2 months, 9,000 into 2, 18,000, and these 3 months, 9,000 into 3, 27,000. Did everyone understand this? Anyone still having any doubt in it? Next. Life insurance premium is payable in the month of July. July means which quarter? Third quarter. July, August, September. Market is Q3. When will it come in payments? What was the life insurance premium last year? No change is given means it will remain same. And as such, life insurance premium every year remains same only. Today, if you buy the policy, next 40 years, 30 years, you will pay same premium only every year. Okay. A new ICICI Prudential Life Smart Kid policy is to be bought for their daughter on her birthday on 15th February. February means minus Q1, whose annual premium of 10,000 is to be paid on the same date. Means entire 10,000 we have to pay in February. So that will come in which quarter? 1. Payment of 10,000 will come in quarter 1. Now, no more Kerala. The Nayars are planning a vacation trip to Hong Kong during summer in May 2017 means second quarter. Market as Q2. Okay, April, May, June. Which is expected to cost rupees 2 lakhs. So entire 2 lakhs of payment we will take in which quarter? Second. Okay. Further, they are planning to make investment in shares and mutual funds worth rupees 50,000 in the month of March. That is which quarter? Second. Sorry, first. Calendar year first quarter March. Market is Q1. Entire 50,000 payment. Payment or receipt? Payment. You are making the investment, not selling the investment, making the investment. So in payments it will come in quarter 1. Did everyone understand this? Now, look at last year's expenses. Wherever, listen carefully, wherever no information is available means those expenses will remain same. Except vacations. Vacations, no information is available, then assume you are not going. Don't assume every year you are going to Kerala only. Except vacations. For other things, if no information is given, means it will remain same. Let us see. Household expenditure, is the information given? Yes, it is given in adjustment 4. Home loan repayment. Is any information given regarding home loan repayment? Means it is going to remain same. No information is given. Car loan is given, home loan is not given. What was it last year? 1,20,000 divided by 10, 12, 10,000. That is going to remain same. So every quarter 10,000 into 3, 30,000. Any confusion in this? Put tick on that home loan repayment. It is going to remain same. Car loan repayment we have discussed. School fees information is given. It is going to increase by 10% in information 5. Life insurance premium information 7. It's given. It is going to remain as such same. But new policy is also there in information 8. And vacation is given in information 9. So only one item no information is given. What is that? Home loan repayment, that will remain same. Raise your hand who wants me to explain the question again. All are clear with this? So let us make the cash budget quarterly. 4 columns will come. Okay. Heading will be Nair and family. Quarterly cash budget for the year ended 31/12/17. Particulars and quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. This will include January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and October, November, December. Okay, with monthly it will be 12 columns. But very scoring chapter, full 15 marks question would come off this kind in unit. Now see, for understanding, right now we are reading it 2 times. In exams you need not do it. You need not waste time in reading it 2 times. Directly read it and start solving it. So what you should do always is opening balance, then receipts will be less in number, so less space for receipt, and payments will be more in number, so more space for payments. And then we'll read the question, and whichever place it should come, we'll write it. So opening, this headings you'll write in advance only. Opening balance of cash and bank, add receipts. Receipts will be less in number, so around 10 to 12 lines you always leave for receipts. Okay. Then payments. All the remaining space for payments. Okay. 10 to 12 lines. When I say 10 to 12 lines, then leave 12 lines only. Raise your hand who is still making the columns. Shall I start with it now? So now we'll start from the first paragraph, and whichever place we should record, we will write it. Don't worry, it's normal only. Okay, motor is on. Now, look at the paragraph. Mr. Nair lives in Bangalore and have a son and daughter who go to school. Young parent. Mr. Nair is a software engineer with Wipro Limited and earns a net salary of 5,40,000. So in receipts, write down salary of Mr. Nair in bracket 5,40,000 divided by 4. So 1,35,000 in each quarter. Is everyone clear with this? Further, Mrs. Nair is a market research analyst with Tata Consultancy Limited and earns a net salary of 4,80,000 per annum after taxes. Salary of Mrs. Nair 4,80,000 divided by 4. 1,20,000. Any confusions in this? Now this middle information is last year's expenses, so ignore them right now. At the end, whichever item no information is available, we'll assume it is going to remain same. So first look at the other information. The family is expected to have a cash and bank balance worth rupees 1 lakh on 1,117. 1,117 means this first quarter's opening balance right on 1 lakh. Don't write in all the quarters 1 lakh. It's on 1,117. It's only first quarter's opening balance. Okay? Is everyone clear with this? Next, the family earns an interest income. Interest income, where will it come? Receipts. And on interest income, now they earn 10,000 in the month of March. March means first quarter, you can see here. This M is March, okay? And again 10,000 in September. So September means third quarter. Understood this, everyone? Has everyone written up till here interest income? Further, they expect an NSC amounting to 30,000 to mature in October 2017. So at on maturity of NSC, please keep your mobiles off, everyone. Is October month means which quarter? Fourth. You'll take 30,000 in fourth quarter. Understood this, everyone? Any doubts so far? Next. Anyone still writing up till NSC? Now, household expenses are expected to rise by 25% in the year 2017 and are assumed to be incurred evenly throughout the year. So in payments, household expenses, paid end of the year household expenses, how we will take. What is last year's household expenses? 1,92,000. They are expected to rise by 25% divided by 4 quarters. Okay, so 60,000. Same calculation directly to be done in calculator, you can do it. 1,92,000 plus 25% divided by 4. Understood this? Next, anyone still writing with household expense? Next, school fees are expected to rise by 10% and are to be paid in 2 equal installments, March and September. 2 installments now. So write down school fees. What was it in the last year? So it is expected to rise by 10%, means 60,000 plus 10% in 2 installments, so divided by 2. So 33,000. Now March means first quarter and then September means third quarter. Okay. March is first quarter and September is third quarter. Is everyone clear with this? Next question onwards, I'll be asking you everything, okay? Car loan was taken for a period of 5 years and last installment of this loan is payable in June. So first write it as old car loan installment. Okay. How much was the old car loan installment last year? 96,000 divided by 12 months, 38,000 into 3 months for each quarter and only up to June. Means in first quarter you will take 8,000 into 3, 24,000. Second quarter you will take 8,000 into 3, 24,000. Only first 2 quarters. Understood this? Since it is up to June. Any confusions? Then new car loan installment. New car loan installment. Now it is from August, not from July. So how much is that? 9,000 per month. Means in this third column it will be only for 2 months. 18,000. And in last column it will be for 3 months. 27,000. You will understand this? You have taken this loan from August. So in third quarter it will be only for 2 months, August and September. And in last quarter you will pay for all the 3 months. So 9,000 into 2, 9,000 into 3. Anyone having any doubt in it? Shall I proceed further? Life insurance premium is payable in the month of July. What was life insurance premium last year? 50,000. So life insurance premium in the month of July. So in July we can take entire 50,000. July means which quarter? July is third quarter. So in third quarter you will take 50,000. Understood this? Then a new ICICI Prudential Life Smart Kit policy is to be bought for the daughter on her birthday. 15th February means February, so first quarter. And 10,000 annual premium is to be paid on that date. Against this life insurance premium itself, you can write in first quarter also there is a payment of 10,000. Okay, against this life insurance premium itself, you can mention in February first quarter there is a payment of 10,000, and in July third quarter there is a payment of 50,000. Understood this, everyone? Ninth, Nayars are planning a vacation trip to Hong Kong in summer in May. May means second quarter. Vacation to Hong Kong in second quarter 2 lakhs. Okay, second quarter cost of 2 lakhs. Alright, everyone, and last one. They are planning to make investment in shares and mutual funds 50,000 in March. March means first quarter. So investments, shares and mutual funds in first quarter 50,000. Did everyone understand this? Now as I said, after you read all the information, what should you do? Last year, whatever item, no information or changes are given, it is going to remain same. Don't forget that. So what was the last year's item for which no information is given? Home loan payment. Home loan installment. What was it last year? 1,20,000. Divide by 12 into 3 months, or you can directly divide by 4 also. So every quarter is going to be 30,000. That is going to remain same. Okay, for every quarter that is going to remain same. Did everyone understand this? Home loan installment 1,20,000 last year, divided by 12, so 10,000 per month into 3 months for each quarter, 30,000. Any confusions? All information is considered. Now we have to do it quarterly. Okay, all the totals and balancing is to be done quarterly. So total A. First we do it only for quarter 1, because quarter 1's closing will become quarter 2's opening. So 1, 2, 3, 335, 55, 65. Total 3,65,000 is total of receipts and opening balance. Then total B. Payments total 60, 90, 110, 20, 70, 2,07,000 is total of payments. Did everyone understand this? Okay, 2